Hey everyone, this is Corey with Camera Coach, and this is another edition of Behind the Lens. We're going to take a look at one of these photos here and just kind of dive into what actually took place to take the photo, the settings, all that sort of stuff, background, a little bit behind just how it came to be. Okay, so today's specific photo is this guy right here, one of my favorite iPhone photos. And so I just mentioned iPhone here, so you can see the butterfly. I'm going to go ahead and swipe up so you can see the settings. As you can see, this was on my iPhone 8. It's a while back, 2020. So yeah, this was pandemic, basically first couple weeks of the pandemic. And this one has a little bit of a story behind it, which is kind of interesting. This butterfly was a trooper. He just like hung around and stayed put for a very long time. I've got two little boys. At the time, they were 2 and 4, and so they spotted this butterfly and and just like, hey, look at this, Daddy, look. And I was like, okay, well, it's just gonna probably fly off when they get close. The boys got closer and closer, and he just stayed there. So there you go. And I got this close with an iPhone 8, right? So that's not really with the 2x zoom and all that sort of stuff. I was able to get pretty close to get this photo right here. All right, so I mentioned it's on an iPhone. There you go. You can see that the ISO is really low. So I did a little bit of that little exposure compensation where I clicked on the little sun icon and dragged it down to make sure it stayed dark. So he's backlit. The sun's behind him. And so you have a good bit of detail. There's not a lot of grain in it because of that low ISO. The shutter speed you can see is at almost 1/2000. So because of keeping that ISO low, it had to also still do a fast shutter because it was pretty bright outside. Okay, and so this is afternoon. Aperture was f1.8, which is why you see kind of like the little band of focus, right? So the foreground is blurry, background is blurry, but you have this little band, this little streak in the middle where you have your focus, and that's where that butterfly is. So that's kind of what you get when you have a wide aperture and everything. So that selective focus thing is from the aperture. All right, and so no exposure compensation on that. It's at 32 millimeters, so that means basically I took this picture and cropped just a little bit, and that's a finished image right there. So if you have any other questions about this specific image, or if you'd like to send in an image for some feedback, I would love to have that, to have you do that. Just send it in, either Facebook or Instagram, and I would love to touch base with you on it. Okay? All right, that's it. I'm going to sign off for this one. I hope you have an amazing day. Bye.